Hello, people on this planet Earth. I want to show you some more appropriate technologies for the world community, for a good future, decentralized, sustainable solutions for the free world family. That's a goal, that we are free, that we are world family, and we are cooperating and sharing experience and information. It's also about income generation. Making business shouldn't be the number one. The nature, the human should be number one. Human should be number one, and then but all things is also about money. That's the reality. Okay, so we have seen in the part 1 and 2 of this series that we are having a big problem. It's about energy. Energy is the biggest problem, and all the subsequent big problems as well, like water, food, environment, and poverty, are can be reduced if we could solve the problem of the energy. So let's take a look how we can do that. Here we see a solar system. Is It's a sustainable solution. The solar panels, we have seen the prices dropped a lot, and here are the solar panels here on a frame. Which have to be mounted on the roof or somewhere, also open air in the field. And we have a junction box for the cable, which is mostly close to these solar panels. We have a charge controller, which is necessary for not to overcharge the batteries. Yeah, the batteries in this case is OPZS batteries, a long life battery, lead battery, 12 to 15 years about. They can last if they are maintained properly. That means refilling the water in here. And then we have an inverter, which is necessary to convert the voltage of the battery, 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt, to 220 volt or 110 volt, that we can use it in the house. So this is a solar home system, independent system, where you don't need a public supply, and it's completely based on batteries. There can be a generator connected as well to charge the batteries, but this inverter is also possible to be connected to mains, to the public supply. Yeah, and then when the batteries are full and you don't need the energy anymore, it's possible that you're selling the energy. You make business by selling energy to your neighbor, yeah, to your neighbors, yeah, and hopefully that the city is paying you a good price for this energy what you are selling. Not all inverter is able to do that, but this inverter can do that. It's selling energy, and you're independent. If there is a power failure, you have your own power supply, and it can be configured by this month that you use maximum solar. If it's not enough, then you are using energy from the mains, from the grid. These are the different types of solar panels. You see there is also flexible solar panels. So nowadays you can adapt your solar panel according to your demand, according for what you are needing it. The amorphous cells, like in here, they are a little bit more dark. They are working better if there is a cloudy day, then they have better performance. These solar cells, the monocrystalline or polycrystalline, they're also since long time in production, so they're very reliable. You get 20 years guarantee. 20 years guarantee. It's a standard for the solar panels for the performance. This is a combination of solar and agriculture. Yeah. Um, and if you place the solar cells, let's say 5 meters high, yeah, then you can do at the same time doing your agriculture, including the machines you're using for that, and you don't waste area because the soil is very precious, the area is very precious, and in this case you can do both. And even some potatoes, hops, or this one is growing better under photovoltaic. That's interesting, but it's true. There's a little bit shadow. They grow better. Some they don't care about the solar panels. There are uh, some crops which are grow a little bit less. So if you have spare, you have not enough space for solar. This way you can have a good combination, agrovoltaic, called agrovoltaics. This is a solar water pump. Yeah, we need irrigation, we need water. It's very crucial for human and for the nature. This is a, let's say, a standard with standard components with a standard pump, which is quite cheap compared with the other one. And inverter, which you can buy in every supermarket, the battery charge controller with a solar. Then this way you can build up a solar water pump, but you have specific pumps which are specified for solar, like this Grundfos SQ Flex or the Aqua Marathon SQT 2000. So there are different pumps where you can directly connect your solar panel to the pump and you have your water in your tank or wherever you need it, in the field for irrigation and so on. These are these different devices for the solar water pump, but for sure it's also possible to wind energy to get your irrigation water, the water you need, also by wind energy. Small scale hydropower. If you have a river, a small river, which is going down a little bit, you can have also a small scale hydropower. And there are plans in the internet how do you design this the river, how you have to prepare it for to get some energy from hydropower. Gravitation water vortex plant from Austria is also very interesting. It's also hydropower. You see the flow of the river, and here is you see the detail, the generator in the middle, and this construction ensures that the fish can go through and there is a high output of energy. So the design is in here. They are selling the plants and giving consultant to make a gravitation water vortex plant, which is really a good device, a good solution for to get energy from the water, hydropower, but also for to protecting that the fish are not killed by that, and it's not so complicated construction. This works quite fine. Okay, you need to store the energy. Let's say in the daytime you have a lot of sun, but you need the energy in the night. In the other part I've shown already different batteries. This is another battery, the Edison battery. It's a very reliable battery, no short circuit problem, no fire dangerous. Also very effective hydrogen producer, and it's really produced in USA. In USA they produce it. They can be very fast recharged, these batteries. It's not so common, but it's quite a good interesting battery. Yeah, but by the way, there are many different design for batteries for storing energy. Yeah, for example, here the urine battery, also urine is able to store energy. The chlorophyll battery, the microbial fuel cell. Yeah, it's also a possibility to store energy, to convert energy, and this can convert also wastewater to energy. With this device, with this construction, wastewater can be converted to energy. Sounds good, but it's small scale. We see here, at the moment, it's small scale. Then we have also from our nature the durian fruits, the coconut shells, bamboo are able to, let's say, part of them can be used for to making a battery, for to making a battery and replace activated carbon. Yeah, also the nature gives us different, let's say, material being used for batteries. The bio battery of Sony, although they made a small battery per square centimeter, 10 milliwatt. Okay, 10 milliwatt is not so much, but at least it was possible, let's say, for smartphones or for small devices to be shipped with energy. Another one is the ASB thermal battery, looks like that. This can deliver, if it's cascaded with several of these units, 240 amps for 180 seconds or 25 amps for a longer time. So this can really deliver high currents for a short time. and it's for specific applications. It's really interesting. Anyway, this is a list how many more batteries are available. Iron nickel battery, fluoride ion battery, fluoride lithium battery, germanium, lithium in many different combinations, magnesium, microbattery, nano battery, sodium. So you see, it's an endless list of many batteries which could be used, but not all is in serious production, but maybe some are really interesting to focus in the future. Storing energy is a big issue. It's a crucial issue. Normally, in many countries, when there is power failure, they're using a generator set, yeah, a motor and a generator to supply energy, 5 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. But mostly, it's too much. It's too much energy what they can supply. They need a lot of gasoline. They make noise. They make smoke. Yeah, it's not healthy. So this is an easy version to replace this generator by batteries. This is a truck battery, a standard truck battery. You can charge the batteries. You can discharge the batteries also by this device to replace a generator by this small power station, but it's small UPS. Let's say open UPS, because you can configure the size of your batteries by yourself, but you have to make maintenance for this battery to keep a long life, to keep them that they last long. These are a solar system which can be used for a complete village. If there is a village without energy, with this sunny island, it's possible to build up a grid based on batteries. These are battery sets. They have 5,400 watt, for example, the sunny island. And they can connect it to another one, to many of these converters, yeah, inverters, yeah. And also the Sunny Boy. This is another device to connect solar panels to this grid, and a Windy Boy, and so on. So this is a way for huge, let's say, villages to, if there is no electricity, to build up electrical system, a power system. This is one Sunny Boy. This is not a system for home, not a solar home system. It can be solar home, but this is connected to the grid. That means the solar panels are connected to the Sunny Boy. There are, for many companies, there are these inverters, and they are, you are just selling energy, and you get energy from the grid. So if there is a power failure, also you don't have energy. Yeah, but in Europe, this is very common to have this kind of solar systems. This is a sunny backup system. In this case, you will have also power if there is a power failure. Wind power is very common also since a long time. In history, we are using the wind power. This is a free energy as well. And there is also, you can build it by yourself, making your own wind turbine, or you can buy it on the market. There are all sizes of wind energy are available. In some regions, geothermal power is very interesting, to use the power from the Earth, yeah, from our planet Earth. Yeah, for example, in Northeast Island, they are using a lot of geothermal power, but it's not compatible to all areas. Not in all areas. The magma is very close to the surface, and it's not. It's a little bit dangerous to go somewhere and make a hole very deep. You can get some problems. The earth is going down, so it must be investigated very carefully whether your location is compatible for using geothermal power. When you have, let's say, sustainable energies, alternative energies like solar, like wind power, it's good to make a power management. It's good to look the devices you have in the house, which needs most, because then you can configure the size of your solar plant smaller. Yeah, if you replace devices which are using a lot of energy by modern devices which is using few energy, you can save a lot of money for your solar system or for your wind power. And for example, for the fridges, there are some nice devices for good isolation. Yeah, the fridges, they take a lot of energy. Yeah, with a good isolation, for example, the solar chill or the sun freezer going on 12 volt or 24 volt. And in this way, it's possible to keep it cold, this, let's say, medicine, yeah, but also using few energy for it. This is a solar chiller, a freezer without any electric. It's going by zeolite, so it's also possible to have a fridge to cool down your products without using electricity. But in this way also it's cooling down the water to 14 degrees, so also to keep water cold, that you can drink it, that it tastes well. This is also an old system which is quite interesting, to just to keep the water cold, that it's good to drinking. Drinking hot water doesn't taste well except it's tea. Yeah. Okay, solar thermal systems are very common, are very used worldwide, and there are different systems. This one is which we can see here as well. It's without a pump. Without a pump, the container, let's say the tank is on top here, and in other countries they have a system with the circulation pump, where you need a circulation pump, and we have this flat collector which we see in here, which are really almost perfect, and we have this vacuum collectors like in here. They have the advantage also in the wintertime when it's cloudy, or you can get a good performance from this one. You can also get hot water in the wintertime, yeah, if there is a little bit sun. And in this time they have a little bit better performance, but on the other time this also is working quite well, the flat collector. You get from this one really high temperatures like 150 degrees, so you can also use it for other purposes, yeah. And in all systems you have to be careful that they don't get too hot, but they have a special valve for to open when it's getting too hot. What you can do with this hot water, you can use it for to make potable water, for drinking water, yeah, by pasteurization, to cool it down, or to use it as tea, drinking it as tea, or for shower, for sure, for cooking, for the, yeah, for the kitchen, for tea, making tea, whatever you want. And also for the laundry, it can also be used for laundry with a, let's say, a regulation valve, that it's not too, the temperature is not too high, that the exact water temperature is going to the washing machine, for example. This is a solar cooker, a box cooker type. Normally it's with one glasses, but it also can be with 4 glasses to get a higher temperature. And this is a different one. It's a parabolic version. This one needs tracking the sun. You need to change the position every 15 minutes. This can remain the sun. You don't need to care about the food. It's ready after, let's say, 1 or 2 hours. This is faster. The temperature is more high. It's 550 degrees. You have to monitor it. And it's a little bit the same like open fire. You can do fish and French fries and things in this kind of solar cooker, but it's can work only with the open sun, and also at noon when the sun is at the highest position. Yeah, so the acceptance is not so high, because you need an alternative. If there is no sun, you need an open fire, and it's fine. It's nice. You can save really the rain, and you're cutting wood often for to make fire for cooking. But the acceptance in general is not so high of the solar cooker. The biogas system is also a very good system for to use excrements of the animals. It can be also of human, yeah, in a digester here. And at the end, you get a gas. A gas is coming out from this biogas system, which can be used for, let's say, for electricity. Electricity, if you have a generator which is going on gas, you need some cleaning, but it's possible to generate electricity from it for the lamps. But also there are gas lamps. You can also go without electricity. You can use it for heating, yeah, for make warm water, for shower or whatever, but also for cooking. So it's a multi-purpose with gas. You can do a lot of things. and what is coming out from here is a very good fertilizer. It's better than you put directly the excrement of the animals in the fields. It's better when you go by these biogas systems here and then put it on the fields. You have a better effect. So you can see here, you can do it by yourself. Yeah, these biogas systems in internet, there are a lot design, a lot constructions how to do it. This is from India. They are selling it on the market. So also you can make a business by making biogas system, and you need a small modification of the heater here, or of the cooking system here, a different valve, and then you can be used by biogas very well. Okay, the next device I want to present you is a solar dryer for drying fruits, vegetable, mushrooms, meat, or fish, or medical plants, or let's say coconut, or cacao, or coffee, or whatever needs to be dried, can be dried in this device in a very high quality. The output of this uh, tunnel dryer, it's called tunnel dryer, is it's a very good quality which you can sell on the market. So this is good for income generation for startups to make a business by selling good food. The quality of the food is very good, it's very high, and it lasts very long. You can keep it very long, also to 1 year. You see, the cost is for a small unit is only $120 about. You see here a small unit, and it takes 16 hours, depending from your skills, 2-3 days. You can build up this device and produce good food from your fruits or whatever you do have. Yeah, it's a very good design coming from some professor from Germany. Yeah, with the plastic on the roof, some timber, all material which are used for the solar dryer are locally available. I think a solar panel, a small solar panel, which is good to have it, let's say 12 to 15 watt. But you can also go without a solar panel. It's also possible to go with a small transformer, because on this side here, on the top side, you have some fans. You have some fans which can take from the computer, yeah, computer fans, um, for to press the air through this tunnel dryer. This is a small unit with, let's say, 2 meter length. This one is 50 meter. This is a professional for bulk products, for huge products, huge quantities. In here, you can make this long, but it's the same basic design of the solar tunnel dryer to produce these excellent foods. Yeah, we can see here melon, mango, whatever, kiwi, all can be dried. Also here, it's really for muesli and whatever. These products are very popular. Here you see the traditional drying, which mankind is doing since a long time in the open air, but the quality is not good. The birds are coming, the dogs are coming, and you cannot ensure a good quality. But with the tunnel dryer, you can ensure a good quality. It's also dried from both sides, and you see the time. It's only 2.5 days for the tunnel dryer, and let's say 5 to 6 days with the open air drying. It takes much longer with the open air drying. I make a long list for the benefits of the solar dryer, because I think it's really interesting. Food is a crucial topic in the future, and these dried fruits are really tasty and nutritious. They are very healthy for the people in the school to have some bars with dried fruits. The nutrition value and flavor is only minimal affected by drying. Dried foods are high in fiber and carbohydrates, low in fat, making it a very healthy food choice. It's a very healthy food. Vitamin A is retained. Vitamin C disappears, but that's not a big problem. Storage space is very small. You need small storage place, so it's very easy to store. And the transportation is also very cheap, because it's not a huge, let's say, size. It's a small size for transporting this product. Also, you can make the packaging by yourself by plastic bags. Very easy. You can make a nice packaging for selling these products. It's about 1/6 the the size 1/6 of the fresh fruit. The energy input is very few because you can use the sun. It's easy to prepare. It's a very simple skill. Everybody can learn. There are also books about it. You can longer storage of the dried products. That also means you can have a longer income of your mango or whatever. When the season is over, you have your income from the dried food. You can have up to 50% more productivity because a lot of fruits and so on, it spoils from the agriculture. So you can take this and dry it and also generate additional business by selling these, which normally would be spoiled because you have not the storage capacities. For diabetics, it's also dried food is a good choice because it's very low in sugar. It's a natural sugar, so the good choice for them. And it can be used in stews, in soups, in casseroles, and enjoyed as a snack. There are many use cases for this dried food. There are plans in here. You can find some plans how to you build it, how to construct it, and it's done successfully worldwide. But there's still a big market for dried food. Okay, if you are able to produce plant oil, yeah, from the coconut or whatever you do have, this is a plant oil cooker. It's also possible to cook with this plant oil your food. Wood is a big problem in the world that there are cut too many trees for making your food or whatever, or for heating. So if you're making the food with open fire, it's not good. At least you should use some of these constructions, which are quite simple, and you can save 70% of the firewood only by this construction. It's not necessary to keep the rice or the noodles or whatever you're doing so long on the fire. You can, when it's cooking, you can put it in this isolation box, leave it for half an hour, and after that it's ready. Yeah, and you can save a lot of wood or use the space for other food to prepare. Okay, a solar air condition. It's about saving energy, saving resources, and this is a combination from solar thermal systems with this air condition. And we can see here, we can save up to 70% energy because the air condition needs a lot of energy, 3 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, 3 kilowatts. So the demand is reduced drastically, and it's good also for the environment by this combination made in China. Yeah, in China they have some companies which are having this combination as selling it. This is an adsorption chiller. It's another kind of chiller for low energy, very low energy demand, but the initial cost is more high. If you buy it, it's more high. Let's say for big offices and so on, this adsorption. There is also an absorption chiller, which is different. Yeah, but this one is the adsorption chiller. It's a very, very good alternative for air conditioners because it uses very few energy. What we can learn of nature doesn't have waste. Yeah, nature is not throwing things away, it's reusing the things, and we have a lot of rubbish, especially plastic rubbish, and it can also be reduced by, let's say, shredding it, yeah, and making a wall or whatever, or chairs or tables. A lot of use cases for plastic and for other, especially organic waste is not a waste. Organic can go back to the nature. It's necessary for the nature, and there are many good systems which ensure a good quality of the organic waste and also of the plastic waste. This is a house made of bottles. It's also possible to make a house from bottles. So there's a lot of good ideas in the internet what you can do with waste, to understand that it's a precious resource. Waste is a precious resource. You can make money from waste if you separate it, and for example, also if you make energy from it. Plastic is oil, so we can use it as a final, let's say, usage to convert it back to energy by this energy incinerator. And this energy you can use for heating, for making hot water, but also for making energy, yeah, electric energy. Yeah, we have seen the Stirling motor. in the first presentation, the Stirling motor you can build by yourself, and this way it's possible to 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 make money, to make energy by a generator and selling it from waste. Make money from waste. This should be the future. We like beautiful cities, we like beautiful oceans and the beautiful nature, so we should remove maybe with the pupils to make some actions. There are some good examples in India, for example, in Mumbai, they make with many people, they make a cleaning of the beach, and after that, it looks really wonderful, and they could make money with this waste. Anti-gravitation. We know that the flying with the airplane is a lot of problem with the energy and also with the CO2. Very serious, very serious. Are there alternatives? Are there alternatives with anti-gravitation? Maybe yes, maybe no. At least there are some people who are working on that. It's quite many people. Townsend Brown is working on that. Dr. Paul LaViolette is also working on this, how to generate anti-gravitation and to go with very few energy, going from one distance to the other distance to the other, from one location to the other location. There are also official research projects from NASA Defense Research Project. It was called Gravitational Research for Advanced Space Propulsion. And another project. So there's also officially there research project for anti-gravitation. Maybe there is a way. There was one guy, this is called Victor Schauberger from Austria, and he was working also on levitation. Levitation means race of something against the gravitation or anti-gravitation, and he was successful. And what he said, if you turn let's say in a liquid something to high rotation and bring it to high rotation, then there is a kind of anti-gravitation. The stones, or let's say an egg, is coming up against the gravitation. The condition what you need to generate is a high speed oscillation, and you can test it by yourself in a glass of water with an egg. You put an egg in a glass of water, it's described in here, and if you bring it to a rotation, you will see that the egg races against the gravitation. So there is impulse by rotation against the gravitation. Yeah, and this Victor Schauberger, he made a device that tested this theory. He tested it, and it was 135 kilograms, so very high, and it was able with 0.05 horsepower that this load was going through the roof of the factory. So it was going up very fast with very low energy, and this was not very popular. So his let's say his plans was removed and so on. He get some problems about that, but that's what we know from him, that he made this test, and it was really amazing how much energy, how few energy was necessary to bring 135 kilograms up. We know a tornado, yeah. I think the tornado works exactly in the same way. There is a very high rotation, and all the materials, including a house or let's say a car or whatever it is, and timber, up to the sky, up to the sky. So it's the same effect in a tornado that he was doing artificial. And if you look these UFOs, we see the UFOs, they are always round. And there somebody made a design for this UFO, how it could happen. Maybe they are working the same way. That there is a high rotation of air below this UFO, and which generates a kind of anti-gravitation. That means there is an impulse bringing this UFO up, bringing it up. Maybe yes, maybe no. At least it's very interesting to work on that. Okay, all is about money. Hopefully not all is about money, but it's crucial issue, and there are sponsoring, maybe not for this levitation experiences, but for the solar, for the biogas, for other systems. You can get some money from the World Bank, from Kreditanstalt für Wiederaufbau. There are many organizations who are motivated to sponsor good projects that you can get some money for your project. Also, microcredit is very interesting to get microcredits for a project, but the best is if you have no credit, if you do by yourself, that's the best. Because if you have a credit, you always depend from others, they can make pressure on you and so on. And the China Development Bank also is giving sponsoring investment for good investments, for good ideas. You can also apply here for medium or big size projects from the China Development Bank, CDB. Thank you very much for watching this video about good technologies for our world community, for our future. We need to go in a sustainable way. And I want to recommend the film, which is excellent. It's brilliant. It's called Thrive. And that's also a lot about energy, about, let's say, the inter about the world. Yeah, how the world is working. And you can start from 34 minutes. The beginning is a little bit some theories from him, but it's a very good movie, free online available. And there are sources for also for my presentation where I get the information appropriate year. So there's a lot of more information you can find in the internet about these interesting technologies. Okay, thank you for patience. Thank you for looking and listening. And I wish you good luck for your projects, for what you're doing towards a good future with good solutions. Thank you. Bye bye.